This story time is about when Debbie caught a nail. Yes, this beautiful girl over here who looks so smart. She caught a nail. Yes, she did. I don't know if my dad knows about this. I really wish he doesn't watch this because I'm sure he has very high hopes of me. For me, I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl Debbie. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. And if you're new here, kindly subscribe so you can be part of my few squad. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for all the love and support you keep it showing me. Oh my god, look at me. Anyways, today we're doing a story time, different from all our other videos. Have you ever done a story time? Yeah, I've done a few story times, but I'm not saying them all. So this one day, someone DM'd me on Instagram and was like, "Oh my gosh, Debbie, you should do story time." And I was like, ooh, story time. And then I posted it on my story asking you guys if you wanted me to do a story time, and you voted for yes. So we're doing a story time. So this story takes place at school when I was still in high school. No, actually I was in high school. I was in grade 7. Yeah, the system I went to, we go by grades. So I was in grade 7. Anyways, so this one day we had a cat. It was a physics cat. Well, I used to love physics so much because the teacher was so fair when it came to grading and stuff. So it was very hard for someone to get a 0 in physics. So this one day we had a cat, physics cat and stuff. I think it was before the exam, so I was like, I need to get all the marks I can, you know. So we had a cat, physics cat and stuff. We were prepared. Okay, by we, I mean I was prepared. I was. Well, the people in this story, me, Santiana, of course Santiana has to be in a story like this. And then lastly, someone whose name I'm not gonna mention. Let's call him Mr. P because P is not an initial of his name. So yeah, P. So me, Santiana, and Mr. P. So we're in class. So I was sitting with Mr. P, she was sitting on the other side. So it's like Mr. P and me were sitting here, she was sitting on this other side, on this other side. So like, you know, we started doing the cutting stuff. The things were it was literally everything I had studied for. I was remembering everything very nicely and I was like, I'm doing this, y'all. So like, oh, another thing about the teacher, when he's marking you, he marks your handwriting, the cleanness, the cleanness of your paper, you know. So like the cleaner you are and the beautiful your handwriting was, the more points you got. There was this marks called point de soin. So basically how you take care of your paper, how you write and stuff, that they were adding onto your marks when they were marking, which was amazing. So you see, you could never get 0 in physics. So I'm like, you know, writing my name, writing everything nicely because, you know, I want to get every single mark I can because, again, this is physics, y'all. I used to love physics. So it used to feel so good when, you know, you love a subject and you're actually passing the subject. So we're doing. And then there's this one question that came up that gave me a headache to the point where I lay down. I was like, I'm done. It gave me a headache. I wasn't understanding it. I didn't even remember studying it, so I don't know. It was like, no. So physics, we were doing the cut out of 20. I was aiming to get at least an 18 out of 20. So with this question coming in play, it was gonna mess me up very bad because I think it was 5 marks. So that means on 18 that I was thinking in my head, we remove 5. That's a lot of marks. So if we remove 5 from 18, we're remaining with 13. And I was like, there's no way in hell I'm getting a 13 out of 20 in physics. No way on earth. No way in I had a short panic attack in class because I was just thinking, how can I just walk out of this class knowing damn well I haven't tried to do this question, knowing damn well I'm only gonna get a 13 out of 20. And then here comes the people in this story. Mr. P was actually cheating. He had a paper on his lap and he was cheating and stuff. So he was writing everything, he knew all the questions, and then he was like, yo Debs, which question is giving you a hard time? And I was like, oh, Mr. P wants to help me. Okay, fine. I told him the question that was giving me a hard time. He was like, chill, let me finish writing it and then you can copy from my paper. Now to some of you that may seem like a good idea and an easy thing to do, but let me remind you something. I am short-sighted. So like if something is there and I'm here, I can't see what's written there. So it was gonna be hard for me because Let me show you, because let's say this is the desk, right, and this is my face. If I was gonna cheat, I'm gonna have to look like this from this angle. And Mr. P had very small handwriting. Let me show you how I write. I write very fat things. Let me just show you. You see, that's my handwriting. They're pretty big because I know my eyes, they don't see. So Mr. P's handwriting was so small. So like when I tried looking, I couldn't see. And yes, I did have glasses at the time, but I don't think they were helping at all. Well, they were helping with the headaches and all, but with helping me see far, it was a struggle. I couldn't see anything. And then the teacher started getting suspicious. Why was I always looking at Mr. P's paper? Why was I always? He came to our place like twice, and I was like, oh sir, there's nothing here. He left. So then I told me, be careful, my girl, be careful. Because I was also, after I was done copying from Mr. P, I was supposed to show Santiana that question, because we already know that question. Because apparently, I don't know what we studied. I think we all decided not to study the same things, if that makes sense. Anyways, never follow your friends when they tell you not to study something. That is the thing that comes during exams. So, this is the most stupidest thing I've ever done. So me with my stupid life, you know, I could have just taken Mr. P's paper and put it on mine and pretend like it's my paper, you know, and then just copy. But no, I decided to go down like this. Yes, I went like this. Try and read. So like I did it first, and then the teacher saw me, but then he didn't come. I did it a second time again. I was like, oh, I'm getting this. And then I wrote half the question. Like I answered half the question. That would have given me 2.5 marks out of 5. Which means I would have gotten 13 plus 2.5, which is 15.5 out of 20. Which is good, which is not bad. It's not bad. That's like 75%. And I can roll with that. I can roll with that. But me being me, I was like, no. I need to get the full marks. I need to get the full marks. So like, I go there down again. And then this time around, I go down. And before I come back up, the teacher is standing next to me. And it was there I knew I messed up. I felt so, I didn't feel embarrassed. I felt ashamed of myself, to be honest. Because, let me tell you, in my school where I used to go, if you were caught cheating, first of all, they're going to give you a 0 on that test. And then they're going to give you -5 on education. Yeah. So like, education is literally how you carry yourself, how clean you are, how respectful you are to the teachers and stuff. So like, we used to get, it was out of 50, but they used to give us 45 marks. So I had already, like, cheating, that means like that was an offense. You are removed 5 freaking points, and you get a straight up 0 on that cut. They will not even try to mark you. They will just write 0. Tricherie. Tricherie means you've cheated. Cheater. And that was a disgrace. I felt so bad. And the fact, and something that made me what made it worse is Mr. P was also got a 0 because I was copying from his paper. So it was like, you let her copy from you. Yeah, about getting 0 -5 in education. It was a whole scandal. Luckily, Santana was on the other side. She didn't really get affected. So it was like, okay, Debbie, you tried to get all the marks you could, but instead you just watched them all go down the drain, plus a 5 marks that would have helped you at the end of the school year. I was pissed. And then, like, you know, I tried to go talk to the teacher, and I was like, Mr. P wasn't involved and stuff. It was just me. I forced him. So like, I followed him into the staff room and stuff. Now that's when things really hit me. So like, teachers were coming and they were asking, you know, the teacher, what is Deborah doing here? What is Deborah doing here? And he was like, she cheated. And she was cheating with Mr. P's paper, and now she's trying to convince me that Mr. P wasn't involved in stuff, and blah blah blah. And then the teacher was like, why was she cheating? She's so smart. And I was there like, Debbie, what have you done? What have you done? You know, it was like, I don't know, it was like, you know, teachers were there like, why was she cheating? She's so smart. I'm sure she would have gotten good marks without even having to cheat and stuff. And that's when it hit me how stupid I was to try and cheat. And I was like, I felt bad. I felt so bad. And then I remember that Mr. P, I dragged Mr. P into this. I felt worse, and I was like, wow, Debbie, teachers think you are smart, now you've cheated. What will they say? What will they say? Let me tell you something. I've always wanted to have a good reputation everywhere I go. I know people say don't care about what people think about you and stuff, blah blah blah, but trust me, sometimes what people think about you can really hinder your career. Let me tell you something. let's say I want to become a lawyer, right? Yes, I do want to become a lawyer. And then somebody's opinion about me is a bit negative, and that person is close to the bar. You know, you have to sit for the bar to get into law, to be able to practice law. And then they tell the people of the bar about my habits, like the things I do, you know, the negative things I do and stuff. That is gonna make them think twice about letting me pass the exam, because they might be like, if this is how she acts like before even becoming a lawyer, how is she gonna act after she's a lawyer? So let me tell you, I do like to have a good impression. I like it when people have a good impression of me and stuff. So that's why I felt really bad. So like, I actually ended up apologizing to the teacher. I was like, I'm sorry, it was stupid of me, but still I failed the quiz. I did not have a retake because it was the rules. You were caught cheating, you get a 0. I also apologize to Mr. P. Well, Santiana and I ended up making it up to Mr. P. Yeah, Santiana always helped get me out of trouble. So we ended up buying him biscuits. He loved biscuits. So like a full package of biscuits. Anyway, so that was the only time I caught a nail at school, and I felt bad. And yeah, so guys, if you don't know an answer to something, let me tell you, don't cheat. Just leave it. Leave it, because I would have walked away with my 13.5 out of 20, and I would have been okay. So you see. Now that I'm thinking about it, I was so stupid. The way I love physics. That was the very last time I cheated in this class. Not to say that I cheated in another class. Oh well, I used to cheat in Kirundi. Kirundi is a language spoken in Burundi. We all had to take Kirundi as a lesson. So sometimes Santiana is Burundian. So when that came, I was like, Santiana, my friend. Anyway, so my people, that's how I caught a nail in school, and that was the lesson that taught me never to cheat again. Well, I really hope you liked this little story time. I thought it was gonna be shorter, to be honest. Well, if you did, give it a big thumbs up, and if you've made it this far of the video, kindly comment chocolate. Yeah, comment chocolate to get a shout out in my next video. So oh yeah, also for the comment shout out, I'm gonna be including the link to the channel either down in the description or the comment section. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time with bye.